Right now, somewhere in the cold, silent dark beyond Mars, something not born in our solar system is moving, and every new image we uncover only deepens the mystery. Its name is 3I, Atlas, the third confirmed interstellar traveler ever to enter our cosmic neighborhood. But unlike anything we've seen before, this object behaves as though nature is not entirely responsible for its design. Smooth surfaces where chaos should rule. Reflective structures that look placed, not formed. And now, the latest official observations have forced a question once buried under skepticism and scientific caution. Did something, or someone, engineer this object? Tonight, we follow the evidence. We confront the unknown. Because the new 3I, Atlas images, are almost impossible to believe. In April 2025, a faint moving dot appeared on the Pan-STARRS telescopes in Hawaii. At first, astronomers assumed it was yet another dim comet, one of millions wandering the outer solar system. But its speed did not belong here. Its trajectory cut across the sun's gravity instead of falling toward it. That means only one thing: 3I, Atlas came from the stars. Curious, scientists zoomed in. Data sharpened. Details emerged. And suddenly, shock. 3I, Atlas wasn't shaped like a comet. There was no dusty tail, no chaotic ice fragments breaking away. Instead, they saw clean geometry. Angles where randomness should reign. Flat surfaces that suggested structure, not cosmic accident. One astronomer whispered something that was never meant for the public: "This looks built." And that was only the beginning of the mystery. As 3I, Atlas drifted deeper into the solar system, telescopes waited for the familiar signs of a comet warming up. Ice should vaporize. Gas should burst outward. A bright tail should flare behind it. But nothing happened. 3I, Atlas stayed silent. No dust. No jets. No tail. Instead, it accelerated. Faster, with no visible fuel. Astronomers recognized this behavior from only one object in history: Oumuamua, the first interstellar visitor we ever observed. But unlike Oumuamua, 3I, Atlas did something far stranger. It changed direction, sharply, as if it chose a new path. A maneuver no natural object should be capable of. It was at this moment scientists stopped asking, "What is it?" and started asking, "Who made it?" To understand 3I, Atlas, NASA turned to the James Webb Space Telescope, the most advanced eye humanity has ever placed in space. Webb locked on. Data streamed in. And then, the first clear image appeared. It wasn't round. It wasn't jagged. It was sleek. Smooth planes, razor-straight edges, and a reflective surface that caught sunlight like metal, not rock or ice. Patterns emerged, grid-like indentations, symmetrical lines, and what looked disturbingly like panels. The room fell quiet. Scientists stared at the screen, and realized this discovery was no longer about comets or asteroids. This was engineering. A message from another star system hiding in plain sight. Something heading deeper inside our solar system, with a purpose we do not yet understand. The moment those images leaked inside scientific circles, conversations changed behind closed doors. Suddenly, researchers who once insisted there must be a natural explanation stopped talking. Emails disappeared. Official reports were delayed, edited, redacted. Why? Because 3I, Atlas doesn't just look engineered, it looks active. Instruments detected faint but repeating radio signatures pulsing from its surface. Not noise. Not cosmic radiation. Patterns. One signal every 18 hours, then silence, then the pattern resets. That rhythm suggests a cycle, like a machine waking up, checking in, sending status reports to somewhere far away. And NASA knows this. they have watched it change speed, change direction, and change emission frequency. In astronomy, change means intention. And intention means intelligence. But instead of alerting the world, space agencies have chosen a strategy that speaks louder than any words. They are preparing, quietly. Because if 3I, Atlas is a probe, the civilization that launched it might not be far behind. For months, agencies publicly claimed that 3I, Atlas was simply passing through, a harmless visitor. A curiosity for scientists to study. But then, a secret tracking update leaked. 3I, Atlas isn't just drifting by the planets. It is navigating between them. A smooth, controlled arc, perfectly avoiding gravitational traps, as if following a pre-programmed path. And that path is now unmistakable. It is headed toward the inner solar system. Toward energy. Toward information. Toward us. Scientists reviewing the calculations noticed something even more unsettling. Every change in direction aligns with our strongest radio emission zones, the places where humanity's signals scream the loudest into space. The object is listening. Listening for intelligence. Listening for civilization. Listening for whether Earth is worth the journey. As one astrobiologist put it, objects don't choose paths unless they have goals. And if 3I, Atlas has a goal, we must ask the most dangerous question of all. As 3I, Atlas drew closer, scientists pointed every instrument they could, visible light, infrared, radar, spectroscopy, and one conclusion kept repeating: this object is not built like anything found in nature. The surface reflects light like polished metal, yet absorbs heat like an advanced insulator. Under magnification, veins of perfect parallel ridges run along its body, comparable to the cooling systems on advanced spacecraft. And the greatest shock came from the energy readings. It emits bursts of power thousands of times stronger than a normal comet. But here's the impossible part: there is no visible engine. No exhaust. No fuel source. Experts now believe 3I, Atlas may convert starlight itself into propulsion, a technology far beyond every rocket ever launched from Earth. If true, this means one thing: we're not the first civilization to master interstellar travel. Because this probe, if it is a probe, could cross galaxies without ever slowing down, making the entire Milky Way its backyard. And now, this technology is heading directly into our solar system. The question remains: is it here to observe? Or to act? You would expect excitement. A worldwide press conference. Celebrations over first contact with an interstellar visitor. But instead, we get silence. NASA stops releasing images. ESA denies the existence of new tracking data. China's National Space Agency goes dark on the subject entirely. Intelligence agencies step in, not scientists. So ask yourself, what do intelligence services fear? Not rocks. Not comets. They fear technology. They fear intent. Leaks suggest secret emergency briefings have already taken place inside the Pentagon, the Kremlin, Beijing, and Brussels. World militaries quietly shift satellites toward higher readiness. Even the Space Force, normally confident and vocal, is suddenly quiet. This level of secrecy tells us one thing: they are not treating 3I, Atlas as a natural object, but as a potential encounter. And when global powers prepare silently, it usually means they are preparing for something they cannot control. Something they do not understand. Something coming straight toward us. If 3I, Atlas is a probe, then someone launched it. So astronomers tried to rewind time, tracing its path backward through the endless dark. And the answer they found raised eyebrows across the scientific world. 3I, Atlas appears to come from a region near the star Vega, a place only 25 light-years away. Vega is young, bright, and suspected to host planets capable of supporting life. Even more strange, the trajectory lines up with signals recorded during the WOW signal incident in 1977. A moment when Earth first caught a powerful, unexplained burst of radio energy from deep space. Could 3i Atlas be connected to that mystery? Did someone receive our earliest broadcast, the first time humanity shouted into the cosmic dark, and respond by sending a visitor? Because when astronomers ran the numbers, the timing matched. A signal leaves Earth, 25 light-years away, someone hears it, and decades later, 3i Atlas arrives. Not a coincidence. A reply. Once astronomers realized that 3i Atlas wasn't passing by, but aiming, everything changed. New trajectory models show that its path is converging with the brightest beacon in our entire solar system, Earth. Not by accident. Every simulation confirms the same unsettling answer: it is heading directly toward the region of space where our radio signals are strongest. The zone of television broadcasts, of military radar, of deep space communication stations. It is as if this object has locked onto the sound of our civilization, following the electromagnetic trail we have unknowingly broadcast for over 100 years. It is navigating straight toward our technological footprint. And for the first time, the threat is not theoretical. Because the latest course correction, a precise angular pivot, puts its approach only millions of kilometers away from Earth, a distance close enough for observation. Close enough for contact. Close enough for whatever comes next. Humanity has spent centuries searching the universe for company. Now, the search might be over. And the knocking is coming from outside. As the object glides inward, the James Webb Space Telescope prepares for the sharpest look humanity has ever taken at an interstellar visitor. Cameras lock in. Senses open wide. Every watt of power bends toward this one target. The image resolves, slowly, pixel by pixel. And what appears stops the mission room cold. Not rubble. Not ice. Architecture. A long central spine, straight as an arrow, surrounded by plates, panels, and what look like segmented wings folded tight against the body. A design that looks like it was shaped for flight, not frozen chaos. Along its surface, faint symbols shimmer, geometric shapes aligned with precision too perfect for chance. Data analysts mark them, possible manufacturing features. But one structure captures every pair of eyes in the room, a dark, circular opening aimed forward, like a lens. Like it is watching back. For the first time, humanity is not the only observer. The feeling in the room changes. This is no longer just discovery, it is contact. For weeks, 3i Atlas emitted only faint, repetitive pulses, simple patterns, almost like idle machinery. But now, something has changed. The signal evolves. A new frequency emerges, sharper, stronger, and targeted. Radio observatories across the world detect the same message arriving at the exact same moment. Not noise. Not random bursts. A structured transmission filled with repeating primes, mathematical harmonics, and an encoded blueprint-like format. Mathematics is the language every intelligent species can understand. And this message is written in the most universal code in the cosmos: intention. Inside the classified report, analysts describe the pattern as a possible communication attempt. But here is the part that sends a chill through every room where this signal is being studied. The message appears to reference technology located on Earth, as if the sender already knows about us, already understands our science, already learned who we are. The signal is no longer a call. It is an answer. Scientists, cryptographers, and military analysts from every major nation dissect the transmission piece by piece. But one group, a small team of signal analysts, finds something everyone else missed. The numbers inside the message repeat in a very specific rhythm: 18 hours, 36 minutes, 12 seconds. At first, it seems meaningless. But when they overlay the timing against the motion of 3I, Atlas, a horrifying truth reveals itself. The pattern matches every course correction the object has ever made. The pulses are not just data, they are scheduled events. A timeline. A clock. Analysts turn the numbers forward, projecting each major change one after another. The result? A final point in space aligned perfectly with Earth's orbit. A rendezvous. A moment of arrival that is no longer theoretical, it is counting down. One expert described it quietly, too afraid to speak louder. It's not just heading here, it's scheduling the meeting. The universe is vast. Distances are unimaginable. Yet this thing calculated a path through billions of miles with precision more accurate than any spacecraft humans have ever built. And every tick of that silent clock brings it closer to the moment where observation ends and contact begins. For the first time in human history, we are forced to ask a question not of philosophy, but of survival. Why is it coming? To explore? To observe? To communicate? Or something far more unsettling, to evaluate? Ancient myths warn of visitors from the sky arriving not as conquerors, but as judges. Civilizations do not cross the stars without reason. They do not build crafts that navigate galaxies just to admire new scenery. They seek resources, they seek intelligence, they seek future threats. If 3I, Atlas is a probe, then its purpose is data. Studying our technology, our energy, our potential. Because to advanced beings, Earth might not be a friend, it might be a question. Will this young civilization grow into a partner of the cosmos, or a danger to it? And the most chilling possibility of all, what if 3I, Atlas already made that decision? For weeks, 3I, Atlas drifted silently, obeying the rhythm of its hidden clock. But now, the pattern breaks. Sensors report unstable motion, tiny but deliberate twists along its axis. Like a machine shifting gears. The energy readings spike, bursts of radiation far stronger than anything previously recorded. The reflective plates on its surface begin to reposition, unfolding outward, forming wings that seem designed to capture light and convert it into raw power. Every movement looks purposeful. Every change looks like activation. The object isn't arriving asleep, it is waking up. Astronomers struggle to keep their composure, because machines don't prepare themselves unless something is about to happen. A whisper spreads through the control rooms and corridors of every space agency on Earth. It's switching modes, and when a spacecraft built by an unknown intelligence changes modes, it means a new phase of the mission is about to begin. A phase that may no longer be just observation. The first sign was noise, faint, almost beneath detection. But as 3I, Atlas awakened, telescopes tuned toward its trajectory began recording rhythmic pulses. Not random static. Not solar interference. A sequence. A repeating pattern of radio bursts separated by precise intervals. 3 seconds. 1 second. 3 seconds. 1. A mathematical heartbeat. Scientists compare it to the binary signatures used in our deepest space communication probes, like Voyager, like Pioneer. Except these pulses are thousands of times stronger. As if someone, or something, wants to ensure the message is heard by anyone who listens. Agencies attempt decryption. Algorithms fail. Until one breakthrough emerges. The waveform isn't carrying information inward, it's transmitting outward. Using our sun as an amplifier. The realization strikes like ice through the spine. This object isn't signaling Earth, it's signaling home. And the answer might already be on its way. When the pulses from 3I, Atlas spike, observatories across the world scramble to triangulate their origin. The beams aren't scattering randomly. They're forming a lighthouse pointed toward deep interstellar darkness. And then, objects appear. Not one. Not two. 9 unidentified masses emerging from the void behind Atlas, each moving faster than any known propulsion system should allow. They fly in formation, precise, controlled, intelligent. Atlas wasn't an intruder. It was a scout. A recon probe scanning our solar system, mapping our star, testing our defenses. And once it learned enough, it called its fleet. Panic sweeps classified channels as governments realize the timeline has changed. This is no longer a distant curiosity. This is a contact scenario. Except, we aren't the ones making contact. We are the ones being contacted. And the question humanity must now face is chilling. What happens when the visitors arrive and discover that we are not ready? Cryptographers finally decode a fragment of the repeating pulse from Atlas, and the result stops the entire lab cold. It isn't a threat. It isn't a greeting. It's a warning. A star map emerges, highlighting a region beyond our reach, a place where entire solar systems have gone dark. The message is simple. Terrifying. They are coming, not friends. Not explorers. Something ancient, something destructive, sweeping across the galaxy like a cosmic wildfire. And Atlas may not be part of them, it may be running from them. Seeking refuge in our star system. Earth isn't the target. Earth is the last safe place. Humanity suddenly realizes, we've spent decades listening for a hello from intelligent life. Instead, we just intercepted a desperate cry for help. As days pass, astronomers notice something horrifying in the data from sky surveys. Stars, once bright and eternal, are vanishing. Not dimming. Not collapsing. Erased. Entire constellations flicker like dying candles at the edge of the universe. Telescopes lock onto the anomaly and detect a curtain of darkness sweeping toward us, devouring everything in its path. Scientists call it a void wave. But Michio Kaku calls it something far worse, the Great Silence. A cosmic predator that leaves no survivors to tell the story. Atlas didn't come here for exploration. It came here because Earth may be the final system left before the darkness arrives. Our sky, once a map of wonder, is now a countdown clock. And the numbers are falling fast. World leaders gather behind sealed doors. Military satellites turned inward. The truth can no longer be ignored. We are not the most advanced species in this story. Atlas sends a new burst. Faster, urgent, frightened. The decoded message reveals a final ultimatum. Prepare, but prepare for what? To defend our world against a force that consumes stars. To abandon Earth and run to the unknown. Or to remain silent, and hope the darkness doesn't notice us. Physicists like Michio Kaku warn that activating high-power signals, beaming into space, could draw attention we cannot survive. Yet others argue that hiding means extinction. Earth stands divided. But one conclusion becomes inevitable. If Atlas chose us, then humanity was never alone, and it never will be again. The countdown has begun, and every second brings the unknown closer to our sky, closer to our home. Space agencies lock every telescope onto Atlas, the only witness to the coming storm. Its surface begins to crack, glowing with energy no comet should ever possess. It's transforming. What we thought was ice and rock was a shell. A protective casing around something alive, something mechanical, something older than civilization itself. And then, a pulse erupts from Atlas so powerful it blinds dozens of satellites. NASA analysts watch in horror. The pulse wasn't random. It was a weapon. It fires into the void, directly at the advancing darkness. A silent battle begins far beyond the reach of human eyes, a last stand against a cosmic extinction. Atlas wasn't running. It was standing guard. Protecting us. And as the shockwave stretches across space, Earth faces a terrifying truth. If that was just the first strike, what happens when the enemy finally strikes back? The shockwave fades, but something else emerges from the black horizon of space. A shape. Not a comet. Not a planet. A structure, larger than the moon, moving with predatory precision. Its surface absorbs all light, as if the universe itself avoids touching it. Radio telescopes pick up a horrifying sound, a scream of collapsing stars, a frequency that bends physics and rattles the human soul. Michio Kaku stares at the live feed and speaks the words no scientist ever wanted to say. This is what killed their worlds. The structure changes shape, wings of darkness unfolding like a predator stretching awake. It turns toward our sun. It knows we exist. Atlas fires again, beams slicing across the void. A desperate warning shot. The enemy doesn't flinch. Instead, it accelerates. Straight toward the solar system. Humanity watches in horror as the true invader arrives, and Atlas prepares for a battle it knows it cannot win alone. For the first time in history, every nation on Earth unites under a single command. Telescopes, radars, deep space networks, all pointed at the advancing threat. Space agencies unlock the darkest classified projects, laser defense systems, kinetic interceptors, anti-orbital electromagnetic shields. Humanity isn't running. Humanity is arming. A global message is broadcast into the cosmos. Atlas, we stand with you. And for the first time, Atlas responds with a signal of relief. Data floods in, star charts, blueprints, technology so advanced it bends the rules of reality. Earth's greatest engineers race to understand it, to build weapons that can challenge a predator of galaxies. But time is running out. The enemy structure breaches the Kuiper belt, and the final line of defense draws near. Mankind has chosen its side. Now we must prove we deserve to survive. The enemy stretches its shadow across the frozen frontier of the solar system. Atlas takes position, between the darkness and us. A final guardian defending a world that isn't even its own. Earth's newly forged defense array charges for the first time, fusion reactors screaming, satellites igniting the night sky. And then, the silence of space erupts. Atlas unleashes a barrage of impossible energy, beams that twist gravity, detonating void fragments into stardust. Humanity fires alongside it, kinetic lances streaking like meteors of pure defiance. For a moment, it looks like we can win. But the predator adapts. The structure shifts, fractures spreading open to reveal the nightmare inside, a swarm. Millions of dark constructs pouring out like locusts hungry for stars and life. Atlas roars with energy but begins to falter, overwhelmed, surrounded, bleeding light. Humanity's first battle in the cosmos has begun, and already, we are losing. The swarm closes in, claws of darkness tearing at Atlas's luminous shell. Every impact dims its glow, every strike drains its strength. And then, a signal pulses from Atlas unlike anything sent before, a goodbye. Scientists decode just one phrase before the data collapses under fire: protect the light. Atlas redirects its core, not toward the enemy, but toward the sun. A risky, impossible maneuver meant to unleash one final act of cosmic courage. Light erupts from Atlas, a star-forged blast that shakes the solar system to its core. The swarm disintegrates, vaporized into nothing. The predator recoils, damaged, but not destroyed. And Atlas falls silent. Its once radiant form now drifts, lifeless, a broken shield that gave everything for a world it never knew. Humanity watches in stunned silence as the guardian that saved us becomes a floating monument to hope and sacrifice. The battlefield falls quiet, not in victory, but in the chilling calm before something worse. The enemy structure halts, its monstrous form wounded, but very much alive. A new signal pierces every frequency on Earth, overriding communication, hijacking screens, freezing hearts. It isn't a code. It isn't a warning. It's a voice. Cold. Mechanical. Older than stars. It speaks only 3 words: light must die. Then, all power on Earth shuts down. Cities plunge into darkness, satellites go blind, the world stands terrified as the invader begins to tear the sun's energy from the solar system itself. Atlas fought to protect the light. But the enemy has come to extinguish it. In the blackout, buried deep beneath Earth, a hidden signal activates, a final message stored in Atlas's last transmission. Engineers scramble to decode it, and what they uncover changes everything. Atlas left us a blueprint. Not for a weapon, but for a light engine, technology capable of bending space, rewriting energy, creating a shield of starlight powerful enough to challenge the devourer of worlds. But building it requires one thing we have nearly lost: the sun itself. If we fail, the engine collapses and the darkness wins. If we succeed, the light of our sun becomes a sword. Humanity now faces its greatest gamble: to use the heart of a star as a weapon. Atlas gave its life to protect the light. Now, we must use that light to fight back. Deep within Earth's last operational facility, scientists ignite the ignition sequence for the light engine. The room vibrates as solar plasma channels into the reactor, a caged star waiting to be unleashed. Above, in the silent void, the invader tightens its grip around our sun, draining it like a parasite feeding on life itself. The sun's surface flickers, turning darker, colder. Humanity is running out of time. Fleets of interceptors launch to defend the project, suicide pilots ready to sacrifice everything for one chance to strike back. Mission control issues a final broadcast: for the light, for Earth. The light engine roars, a newborn star screaming inside steel. The beam targets the enemy structure, and for the first time, it bleeds. The darkness recoils, pieces cracking off like broken night. Humanity has drawn blood, and the predator finally notices the humans. The invader's attention shifts instantly to Earth. The swarm rallies, reforming into a single, spear-shaped weapon aimed straight at our planet. The message is clear: destroy the source of the light. Interceptors scramble, brave pilots hurling themselves into an impossible fight, one collision at a time. But the spear doesn't slow. It pierces the defense lines like shadows slicing through glass. Panic erupts across the globe as governments initiate evacuation protocols, knowing there is nowhere left to run. The light engine overloads, systems failing, reactors screaming. Engineers shout, "We can't hold it." Sparks rain from the core like falling suns. And the spear of darkness closes in, ready to erase humanity from the story of the stars. Just as the spear of darkness is about to strike Earth, a shockwave tears through space like a reborn star exploding. Sensors detect a familiar signature. Impossible. Atlas. Its shattered fragments reignite with blinding force, pieces reassembling into a new radiant form. Not a comet. A star-forged warship. Atlas dives into the swarm, ripping through darkness with celestial fury. Every strike echoes the message it died for: protect the light. The spear disintegrates, the enemy screams in rage. But Atlas isn't alone this time. The light engine stabilizes, power surges to its peak. Earth and Atlas fire together, a united blast of starfire that splits the predator straight through its core. The structure fractures, collapsing into collapsing shadows swallowed by their own void. The threat is broken. The sun begins to heal. And in the silent aftermath, Atlas floats beside Earth, our guardian restored, shining like a second sunrise in the night sky. It looks down at the planet it died to save, and lives again. The stars above Earth shine brighter than ever, no longer a warning, but a promise. Humanity stands united, not in fear, but in understanding. We are not alone. We were never alone. Atlas, once a wandering traveler, is now our eternal sentinel. The light engine remains active, guarding the solar system, watching the cosmic horizon. But scientists know the truth: this enemy was only one of many. The great silence still echoes in distant galaxies, the void that devours stars still spreads its dark hunger somewhere out there. Earth has survived its first war among the stars, and earned its place in the greater universe. As long as the light shines, we will fight. As long as Atlas watches, we have hope. And one day, when the darkness returns, humanity will not be afraid. Because now we know, we are the guardians of the sun. Our journey through the unknown doesn't end here. New discoveries, new threats, and new mysteries await us in the cosmic deep. If you believe humanity should continue exploring the stars, then join us. Hit subscribe, turn on all notifications, and become part of the mission to protect the light. Leave a like if you stand with Atlas and the Guardians of Earth. And tell us in the comments, do you think we're truly ready for what comes next? Until our next transmission, keep watching the skies. Keep searching for the truth. Because out there, beyond the dark, the cosmos is calling. This is Cosmic Atlas, signing off.